Hola, buenos dias, this is Kaipacha with the weekly Pele report, the last one of 2015. Today is December 30th, 2015, and I was gonna play a little game with you like, Donde es Kaipacha? I can give you a hint, I am in the northern hemisphere. And I took the path here that I thought was going to the top of the mountain. But I gotta say, I've been wandering around here now. There's been a bunch of different paths going a bunch of different directions, and I think this is the top of the mountain. Here, let me go off the trail here and get up to the top. Problem is, with all this bush around here, you can't really see the outrageous mountains that are creating this valley where, hint number 2, they grow a lot of grapes and they make a lot of wine. Anyway, the wine is ruled by Pisces, and Neptune in Pisces likes a little bit of wine. Chiron in Pisces likes a little bit of wine. But that happens to be square Saturn in Sag and opposite Jupiter in Virgo, conjunct the north node of the moon. Yes, indeed. Jupiter's going to be going right along into the new year, joining together with the north node of the moon, and then going retrograde. Yeah? So we'll talk more about that. In the meantime, the moon is coming up, and as you can see, what I included here in this report earlier on, if you paused it and looked at the chart, you would see that the chart for 2016, January 1st of 2016, 12 o'clock midnight, I drew that chart for that time, and it has the moon in Virgo conjunct its own north node. Very powerful when a planet conjuncts its own north node. And the moon, of course, is our emotions, our needs, our security needs, our needs, for warmth, nurturing, safety, emotional connection. So, this is kind of setting the tone. And then saying, of course, with Jupiter, there's a lot of need, a lot of emotion, a lot of feeling, a lot of, situations with mom and family and, and the past and our childhood, dealing with childhood issues, purifying, cleansing, clearing some of our past. Well, there's a little bit of the view of the montañas, yeah, and if we turn around over here, there's some more over there, off in the distance. I don't know how good this camera is going to pick it up. Anyway, back to astrology. Thursday, the moon goes into Libra. Friday, we have the third quarter square. The moon in Libra squares the sun up there in Capricorn. As the sun comes up, it's going to be joining together with Pluto. Not exact this week, that'll be more exact next week. But so we've got the square moon. We've got a whole bunch of squares going on, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't noticed, felt it, talked about it, or heard it, we've got, the big thing is Mercury square Mars. Oh, right now, Mars is in late Libra. It's going to go into Scorpio on Sunday. Mercury is in late Capricorn and is going to go into Aquarius on Friday. And there, on Tuesday, Mercury is going to station and go retrograde. So it was square Mars last week, it's square Mars this week, and it's going to stay square Mars next week. Because it stations and then Mars comes by and it keeps going direct, it catches up to it and passes it by. So this is our thoughts, Mercury, our communication, Mercury, squaring Mars, our libido, our actions, our desires and our wants. So it's, you know, it can be a challenge to bring into alignment our thoughts and our actions. Yeah, that's what the square is about. And that creates frustration, it can create a little bit of anger, it can, you know, just mess things up in general. But the big last astrological configuration that I want to talk to you about before I look at the camera is Black Moon Lilith. You know, for the next few weeks, yeah, all the way up through the whole month of January, Black Moon Lilith is opposing Uranus. She's in Libra, partnerships and relationships. Opposing Uranus in Aries, which wants liberation, freedom, non-attachment, eccentric, unconventional conditions and situations, individuation. And she's squaring Pluto in Capricorn, that wants control, that wants safety, financial, physical safety, is cautious and conservative. So we've got to, you know, and she symbolizes, of course, she's a shit disturber, man. You know, it's like our relationships, you know, Lilith is coming along and she's stirring up the dregs at the bottom of the pot, the bottom of the cauldron, saying, look at the shadows, look at what's buried, look at what you're not talking about, not sharing, not admitting, not, you know, around, you know, your desires and needs to be an individual and unique in your own special way, blah, 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 blah. Are your relationships reflecting your deepest soul needs, etc., etc., etc.? Anyway, let me just sit down and look at the camera. I don't know where I'm going to, you know, find a spot, but I will, and talk about this. Well, okay, now that I am just about thoroughly and completely lost and have been wandering around these freaking hills for ages looking for a view, this is like the only view. It's like total full skag brush, manzanita, oak trees all over the place. I'm gonna just find a spot here and hope that I get down off of here before it starts raining or something. Oh my goodness. I hope I got a spot here where you can see I got the New Paradigm Astrology t-shirt. Finally, da 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 da, yeah, check out the website if you want to get one. It says Aloha Namaste, so much love on the bottom of it, you know. It's great. And there's white ones too. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that kind of stuff. But let's hope it's a Happy New Year. Let's look at these aspects and see what's going on. I mean, it's really something because we want to really be talking about, first of all, the big Saturn square Neptune's going on, you know, through for the next 9 months. And it's got so much to do with the end of illusions and the end of delusions. We've got this Sun, Mercury, Pluto, all in the sign of Capricorn, which is the law, integrity, God's law, the law. Yeah, boom. And Venus has just, you know, gone into Sagittarius to join that Saturn in Sagittarius. That's natural law. So we're looking at the laws of nature, we're looking at the laws of the universe, we're looking at the laws of integrity, morality, ethics, truth, honesty. All this big stuff is really coming up a lot, and you know, this year is really a time of truth-telling. This is really a year where leaders and individuals and parents and kids and moms and dads, and I mean, you know, everybody. This is a time where we're, you know, we really need to walk our talk, like I talked about, this Mercury square Mars right now. Yeah, Mars is walking, Mercury's talking. and they're at odds with each other. They're not always the same. They're not always agreeing. Let's look at these squares, because we have this third quarter square of the moon going from Libra to Capricorn. We've got, the third quarter square of Black Moon Lilith, okay, to Pluto, Libra to Capricorn. We've got this Mars, coming into a square with Mercury. It's Libra Capricorn. Moves into Scorpio Aquarius. So let's look at this square a little bit, because it's an interesting dynamic. What we have in so many situations, is this, look at Libra and Scorpio. Libra and Scorpio have to do with relationships, partnerships, other people, our desire to be in association with and mirror and merge and connect and unite, yes, with other people, one-on-one. Now we move into, these other, how is that Libra square Capricorn? Well, what is this square? Well, Capricorn is our duty and our responsibility as an elder, as a mature adult, to really do our job and do our business, take a role in society, really do something, for the good of the many, the good of the group. And Aquarius, again, is community, and it's the future, and the community in the future, Mercury stationing right there at the beginning of Aquarius is this new future, and liberation, and moving up, and opening the third eye, and it just really moving into the future with non-attachment, letting go of my career, my partners, my relationships, my business, my home, my whatever, in order to gain this greater, higher enlightenment. So what we have is there's this pull that there can be now between, being there for somebody else and cooperating with somebody else and compromising with somebody else, versus just doing my own thing in my own way, in my own business, and my money and my power and my position and my reputation, and it's just like this, this real need to stay in our truth and stay in our integrity and define ourselves. And it's like, I need to define myself clearly. This is the Virgo, this is the Jupiter thing going on. And this is why I'm talking about illusions and delusions. We are born with illusions and delusions, okay? This is Neptune, okay? Pisces, the 12th house, this archetype that we're going, that is now being healed over a 7-year period of time. Between 2011 and 2018, Chiron moving through Pisces is healing our illusions and delusions. We're all born with, and we're all fed, and we're all innocent in a way, and we're all naive in a way, and we all, overestimate or believe things optimistically, innocently, of the way that we are, of who I am, of who this other person is, of what the world is about. And growing old and maturing, and Capricorn and Saturn, and this Saturn square Neptune is just checking, check, sound check, mic check, reality check. It's a big, huge reality check. 2016 is a big, huge reality check. Are you deluding yourself? Are you pretending? Is the person you're with, your imagination, your projection, what you hope or, want, innocently believe that somebody else is, when in fact, they're really not that. They're not thinking that. They don't really want that. They're not, in the relationship because of that. It's all like we put things on other people according to what we want. And not just other people, the world at large, even God, Goddess. I'll use myself as an example. I'll throw myself out there. I'm walking around these hills, and I'm thinking, okay, a clearing is going to happen. I'm going, the brush is going to clear because, this is, the Pele report is important to people, and I'm on a spiritual mission, and, it's all for God and spirit and light and love. And so, the universe is going to support me, and give me a clearing, and the sun is going to come out, and I'm not going to get lost in the hills, and this isn't going to take forever. It's like, I can just assume, that, since I'm on some kind of a, doily mission here, that things are going to go my way. It's a pure freaking illusion, man. The Pele report is, nothing, I mean, yeah, it's just my thing. This is just my thing. I mean, my soul is evolving through this process of doing this astrology report for 5+ years, and God knows how long I'm going to keep on doing it. But it's my, it's my thing. For me to pretend, that it, it is some kind of, bigger thing than it is an illusion or a delusion. And I may get into areas of grandiose thinking, oh, gosh, I got lots of subscribers, and people recognize me, and so that makes, that means that my astrology is right and correct or whatever, and I could get I can get a big head about it, this, that, and the other thing. But here's the thing. Here comes Black Moon Lilith through Libra. Here comes Saturn to square Neptune. Yeah, here comes Mars going into Scorpio, where it's going to be for months through 2016. And this is going to be my family, my wife, my kids, my business partners, other people that are putting on workshops with me, other people that are working with me, but people that are close to me. Not on Facebook, not Facebook friends, not acquaintances that are, YouTube subscribers or something. No, these are people that are like right next to me, and that they see me, right? And they know me from a whole different place. And they can check me. And they say, just wait a minute, you're crazy, you're deluded, you're wrong, and you made a mistake, and you screwed that up, and you're out of integrity there, or you da 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 da. And it's like, come down to earth, come down to reality, And just because you think you're on a spiritual mission, or you think you're something special, or whatever, blah 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 blah, we're all human. We're all on the planet together. We're all evolving. We're all making mistakes. We're all screwing up. And the idea here, okay, with this 2016 is just to come clean. The year of purification, of purging. Virgo, Jupiter, Moon, Jupiter, North Node of the Moon conjunction. Yeah, on January 1st, 12 o'clock midnight, it's like, what? This is about discrimination and discernment, and what is really, Virgo is an earth sign. What is practical, what is real, what is healthy, or what's going to put you in the nut house or the jail cell or the hospital. This is, it's like this is a year where the rubber hits the road. And this is a week where the rubber can hit the road. Yeah, there can be arguments, debates, Mercury square Mars, it's not always a happy. It's exciting. There can be a lot of excitement. I think it's going to be an exciting, kind of New Year's, celebration. Mercury square Mars and Black Moon Lilith, kind of, sneaking up, seeing, bringing up, stirring up passion, intimacy, sexual desires, rising up, the Kundalini rising, and it's just like Mars, right on the edge of Scorpio, going into the waters, the deep waters. So it's powerful, and it is intense. It may be confrontational, but the bottom line of it is that it's just like really about, coming into clarity, coming into truth, and that's going to, like, when you know the terrain, when you know the playing field, then you can strategize and you can make your moves, and you can just like really succeed and evolve and grow and expand in a much clearer, better, truer, sweeter way than having all this illusions and baggage and projections, holding you down, holding you back. It creates fog and confusion. And confusion leads to disillusionment. And that confusion and disillusionment can lead to depression and anxiety. So this is a real good year for getting rid of the confusion if you just pay attention to Saturn. Pay attention to the reality. Pay attention to what the people that know you are reflecting back to you. And maybe don't be talking to yourself and not be taking too many selfies or, talking into the mirror too much, and just building these fantasies. But like check it with partnerships, check it with other people. And that Black Moon Lilith in Libra is going to do you a favor and really wake you up to the truth. So the mantra, in my search for clarity, truth, and light. Darn it, wait. In my search for clarity, truth, and light, a very good place to start is, damn it. I wasn't going to do that, man. I'm repeating this thing all the way up the hill. Is to own my projections and self-delusions. Yeah. And stop pretending to be something I'm not. It's actually got a little bit of a kick to it. Okay. In my search for clarity, truth, and light, a very good place to start is to own my projections and self-delusions and stop pretending to be something I'm not. Da, 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 da. You got it? One more time. Just meditate on this one. This is a good one. This is the final one for 2015, the last mantra. 2015, kind of a year to say goodbye to that, Uranus square Pluto, welcome in 2016 of getting it all together. Yeah. 2015 was kind of start out with a bang, the fireworks, and now 2016, the dust is going to settle and we're going to see where we're really at. In my search for clarity, truth, and light, a very good place to start is to own my projections and self-delusions and stop pretending to be something I'm not. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.